What's your dad's name? Frank?
Dan.
Jacob Daniel Dwyer?
Yeah, that's correct.
JD?
Yeah. Johnny Depp.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take an Amber Heard on your face.
Could we open this with that?
Dude, I came into the guest bedroom I stay in the other day when I got into town.
Yeah.
Did you take a shit on my bed?
Objection, hearsay.
It wasn't him.
I've seen him shit on that bed before. So yeah, it's probably him. Let's start it up.
All right. Anyways, disgusting.
Okay,
Welcome back.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay. Guys, welcome to the show today. If you're gonna hear a slight cough from me, I do apologize, but it's not the sniffles, which we know you guys hate the sniffles.
Yeah, my goodness, people.
Based on Chris getting annihilated for having a cold.
I didn't know grown men could get so upset over another grown man having the sniffles. Like, I was disappointed in a lot of those people.
Shit happens, you know?
Why do you have a cough? Your throat bruised or what is it?
Came back from Vegas. Let's get into this bad boy, guys. So the sponsor for today's video is Shooting Surplus.
Good dudes.
Good dudes. I had to write it down. Oh, it's just 1911. Just literally the number 1911. Get you 5% off on the damn website.
Which is a good percentage off when you start buying like a complete gun.
Yeah, one of these Sig 365 Spectre comps. Should you buy it? I don't know. The 5% would come in handy on a highly overpriced gun, though.
We can get a feel of how this review's gonna go.
Probably get a sense for how this one's gonna go today. Ammo from US Brass House. Appreciate the support, guys.
Thanks, boys.
The code 1911 and the code Syndicate, 2 separate ones, saves you some cash on your ammo.
$40 to be exact.
Yeah, and then, yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get our plugs in another time. So let's do this. I'm going to start with compliments.
Okay. On?
No, just compliments in general.
Yeah, I'm bringing out what we're talking about today. The Sig Spectre Comp.
Yeah, 365 Spectre Comp. Now, the compliment that I want to pay here is to Sig for doing a really good job right now in innovating a lot of different guns. They're putting out a lot of great stuff right now. Like, they really are. Like, the 365 series in general. Fantastic. I mean, I own 2 of them, right? Think about everything that they're getting with contracts, with the Spear, and like the MCX line and MPX, and you go down the list, it's like, look, Sig's putting out some bangers. They really are.
My spidey senses tingle a little bit, but continue.
Well, every story has its dark spots, right? So let's go ahead and, with those compliments paid, hit you with another recommendation, which I think it's very important going into this video. One, you understand where the gun came from, okay? So the gun did not came from Sig. I don't know that Sig is a huge fan of this channel. One, I think they do know this channel, but I don't think that they're a big fan of it. So
that's all right. That's a mutual feeling.
So, but the gun did not come from them, needless to say. It literally came from one of our Patreon members that let us borrow it. So thanks, KR. Just throwing out initials, there. So
is that Keith Richardson?
Yeah, there you go. Could be. Who knows?
Who knows?
So appreciate letting us borrow the gun here. So here's why I'm going to give a disclaimer at the beginning of this, because there's other reviews on this gun, and I think you need to be very careful on who you take Sig advice from. Sig, fortunately, is a very successful company now. Good on them. I'm happy for them. But because of that, much like Triarch, they've done a very, very good job at creating strategic partnerships with people of influence. And I have no issue with that. I celebrate it. You're a company, you got to market your shit. The issue I have is when it is assumed that I'm I'm just a stupid viewer. And I couldn't possibly figure out that the video I'm watching right now is bought and paid for. So let me give you an example. If I watch a video, a review quote of this, and after one magazine, which is what, 12 rounds, this is the first time someone shot the gun. After 12 rounds, they go, man, you gotta get one, best carry gun ever. Like, if after a mag you're saying this is the GOAT, the greatest of all time, I have an issue with it. One, that's not a review. Two, am I really that dumb to not think that you're being paid to say this? Like, guys, I like to believe that you as viewers, I'm gonna give a disclaimer to this in a second. I like to think that you as viewers are smart enough to distinguish between fake reviews and real reviews. Now that said, some of you in the comments of this video might be told you're about to win a free Glock from someone using our screen icon. And you do not need to fucking call my cell phone multiple times in a day to claim your free Glock. You are being conned. So while I want to believe that you as the viewers are smart enough to figure out BS reviews from real reviews, some of you calling up to get free Glocks. And we got to put a stop to that, guys, because apparently my cell phone number is the worst guarded secret on the fucking internet. Okay?
I don't know how that is, man.
I don't know, but people find it. So
I've been secretly DMing these people.
you should just call him, ask for a free Glock.
He wanted to hear from you. He's got a Glock for you.
So with those disclaimers out of the way, we shall go ahead and get into the review. Here's the overview. What's new between this and the standard 365XL? Here's the 5 things, then we'll break them down one by one. Laser engraved grip module, redesigned serrations, redesigned optic plates, a gold barrel and trigger, and a slide integrated compensator. Those are the 5 things that are new. And with that said, let's break each of those down. Let's start with the comp, because it's the Spectre Comp. Like, this is the whole thing, right? You have this integral comp. So you got a 3.1-inch barrel, which is of note because it's actually a shorter barrel than the standard 365. So we have a gun that, just to go ahead and break some news to you, this is twice as much money as the Sig 365XL.
Twice?
It goes from 600 to 1200. Yep, 6 to 12.
$12.99 or $11.99?
No, it's right at 1200. It goes from 600 to 1200. Yeah, double the money. So don't worry, we'll get there. But so keep in mind, you're spending twice the money and actually getting a shorter barrel, which would, I mean, there's almost no time when a shorter barrel would be considered better for accuracy or anything like that.
Someone's gonna fucking argue with you on it.
I'm sure they will. Go ahead. I don't give a shit.
They probably called you about a free Glock too.
So, right. So why comps, right? So the point of a comp is to drive gases up when you shoot, and by driving those gases up, you drive the muzzle back down, right? That's the point, is you redirect gas up so your muzzle stays as flat as possible. Great concept right there, Finn. So comps typically attach to the barrel, so you'll have like a threaded barrel with some sort of like index point or something, and that's where it threads on. So there is there's a degree of timing that might happen there. This is not. So this is slide integrated. So at the front of the slide, you have a 2-port comp there. Okay. Now, according to Sig, they say it reduces muzzle flip up to 30%. Now, up to is always a very strategically worded thing, because of course you can't recreate all conditions. So I give you a pass on that. You go, well, that depends on the ammo. It depends on conditions. It depends on your grip. How about that? So it's like there's all kinds of factor here. But if we just take them at their word and we just say, hey, 30%, okay, cool. That's the equivalent of this going from a 10 to a 7. It's a big drop.
10 being a big muzzle flip.
Yeah.
To like a
7
more manageable.
Fairly moderate,
yeah.
Right? And we will talk about it as we go. Well, fuck it. Let's talk about it right now. Does it work? I don't know. Not really. Not really.
Because we'll probably cut the footage here of shooting a standard and then this one, back and forth multiple times. I did that for what, 5 mags? You did that for 5 mags, or however we want to equate that to. Not just 10 rounds, okay? To my understanding, my feeling, how I felt the gun recoil, muzzle rise, et cetera, I noticed not a single percentage of difference.
So
now I suck at shooting, so that's probably why. But
well, so here's the thing. So we ran just standard FMJ range rounds, where there's, man, very tough to detect any difference. Okay, and then we said, okay, well, look, comps are supposed to shine on hot ammo, so we threw in some Corbon, okay, which is like super badass ammo. Broke my heart a little.
Hollow point.
Yeah. I don't know if it's plus B or plus B plus, but like, you know, some legit rounds, some hot ammo. And I really kind of thought going into that, because there's a low willingness I have to blow a bunch of personal defensive rounds
course, yeah.
on a review, but I'll do it a little bit here and there. I thought, okay, this comp's going to really show up on this. This is where it's going to come alive. And I swear to God, after shooting hollow points on the standard 365XL and that, I swear to God, I think that the regular one's flatter. I actually thought the regular one was more flat.
We both had that feeling.
It's like, I'm not even trying to be mean right now. I'm not. Like,
No.
I know what everyone's going to say here, which is this is an agenda-based review. I already know where you're going with this, guys. Which is, oh, you just guys have an agenda, you're hating on Sig, yada, 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 and a bunch of special operations dudes say that they're awesome. Okay, cool, great. Well, this is just my opinion. And the reason my opinion, while, one, it's an opinion, right? But two, it's an unbiased opinion, because I have no horse in the race here.
Do you get paid by anyone for this?
No, of course not.
I think actually we paid our own money to do this.
Yeah, like this is not even my gun. Like it's just on loan from someone, right? So it's like this is as unbiased as it gets, and I'm telling you, I don't think that comp does shit. It's true. I don't think comp does shit. Okay? So, but here's the good news though. Here's the good news, everyone.
We got a gold trigger.
We have a gold trigger and barrel. Now,
is that what you're gonna do next?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That was not planned.
Yeah, so this trigger is a super awesome, like custom shop trigger that they do. And by that, what I mean is it's the stock fucking trigger that they paint titanium nitride, okay? It's literally the same trigger, guys. You're paying double the money for this gun. It's the factory trigger in a fancy color.
With a tin coating.
Yes.
So I guess an argument could be that it reduces friction. But really?
I mean, we're struggling. We're grasping at straws.
Grasping.
The grip module. So, okay. So this is one of their points. So this laser engraved grip module, cool. Here's what it equates to. A slightly better texture. A slightly better texture, guys.
$1,200 worth?
Double the money worth, right?
I would say no.
So it's like, look, the standard 365XL has a pretty good grip. It's already stippled.
Yeah.
Like, so that's stippled, so you go a slightly better stipple? Okay. Like, I don't know, the beaver tail's the same. What here is different? The little integrated flared magwell thing, cool, that's on the other one too. There's the standard grip module, which is a slightly different texture on the grip.
Which one is injection molded to have texture and one is laser stippled?
I don't care.
And that's fucking it?
I don't care. So the rear plate is frankly the best selling point of the whole thing. So they just redesigned the way that the rear sight plate works. So they have a dovetail rear sight on there. So when you take the plate off to actually throw in an optic, you still keep your rear sight.
Smart.
Good job. There we go. Like that's improvement. I will take that.
Is that worth $1,200?
Negative, sir.
Okay.
But that's how the rear sight works. Good job on that. They redid the serrations. Great. The other ones work fine. Like, I have no issue with you redesigning the serrations, but I'm just saying the other ones worked fine. So like there's really no point to this other than for looks. It's just an aesthetic thing, which I'm fine with. I like a cool looking gun. And to the gun's credit, it's a cool looking gun. It's a cool looking gun. I had no beef with that. Super cool looking. I like it. That's the funny thing is I actually like the gun. I just have a lot of issues around it. But let me tell you one more good piece of news. You do get a coin and a certificate of authenticity with that gun. Okay. So fuck you, you get a coin.
Is that coin 100% pure gold?
No, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is the certificate made out of, I don't know, papyrus or some shit?
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds expensive.
Okay.
So you get those things. That's good. As mentioned, the price on a standard 365XL is $600. These are $1,200. And you can't even find them in stock anywhere, right? Check Shooting Surplus. Not that this review is particularly going to sell anyone on this, but you can check there. But it's like, hey, these things are fairly hard to find in stock because Sig has a lot of nut riders. So let's talk about some overall thoughts. Here's my overall thought. As soon as I got it in, before I'd ever shot it, I thought, I know my opinion, but the gun can change my opinion once I shoot it, which is, to me, it feels like a cash grab. And after shooting it, having a handful of range days on it, it's exactly what it is. And it's really just not debatable. Like, this is a cash grab. Actually, you hold this. I got things.
I'm just tired of holding it,
I
man.
gotta flip this over.
I was gonna flip it for you.
I use this term, while somewhat of an insult, I actually don't mean it to be mean. This is just how I talk, right? Some people get offended by language on this channel. And what you fail to understand is we're not talking in any particular way to try to impress you. Hey, Finn, can Could you get away from that ledge of death over
I
there?
thought he was gonna jump.
We talk the way we talk on this channel, right? I mean, no offense to anyone that watches this. So when I use the term nut rider and Sig nut rider, here's what I mean by that. Sig right now, because of such enormous success with their military contracts and everything, Sig is becoming like the new Knights to me. They are. Because culty, but also they're gonna get really hard to get shit from Sig. Because everyone's gonna want everything that Sig does because they're like, well, they've got the spear and they've got the 320. Like, okay. But, you know, like, everyone's gonna want all their shit because it's like, well, that's the company that does the military shit. It's like, well, just because the military does it doesn't mean it's necessarily right for you. The military does things for different reasons than you as a civilian who has no rules, who gets to pick anything that you want. They're trying to outfit hundreds of thousands of people, so it's like, use your brain. Because they do it doesn't mean that because it's good for 250,000 people, doesn't mean it's good for you. There's really different things going on here. So Sig has a lot of nut riders these days, and that's who this is made for. Is someone who's a diehard Sig fan, or they love 365s, and they're like, I just gotta have the new hotness. Okay, cool. If you wanna do that because you just think it's cool and you love Sigs and you want it, then fucking buy it. But like, if you're buying this because you think it's gonna transform your EDC, the fuck out of my face with that. Like, fucking stop. Like, you know, like, this is a cash grab, guys. Like, cool, Sig, good. If you guys can pump out something like this, charge twice as much money, and have backlogs of orders for it, I guess congratulations. I can't really hate on it. I'm just saying, as a consumer who's now seen multiple reviews of me being told that this is the best carry gun ever created after someone spent 30 seconds with it, I have an issue with that.
If you look in those comments too on, you know, all the different channels that have reviewed this, the viewers are not stupid to that either. Now, some of them are.
Yeah, because they're still waiting on a free Glock.
Like Mom said, I don't really have anything nice to say, so I probably shouldn't say anything at all.
That's fine, yeah. See, you know, my mom gave me that advice, and I just, you know, said, I'm not gonna listen to you, Mom.
I love my mom.
Well, it's good. You know, I'll tell you this, last 2 points when we'll wrap it up, which is, look, I own a 365 and a 365XL. I love 365s. I love them. I own 2 of them, okay? So if you think that this is me shitting on 365s, you're wrong. Because mine's in the truck right now, loaded for my EDC, because it's still my EDC gun. I love them, okay? If this was $200 more than that, I would buy one. If this was $800 instead of $600, I'm in. Once you go north of 1,000, I'm hardcore out on this. I still believe Sig makes the best carry gun on the market. It's called the 365XL. They've already got it. We've made like 3 videos raving about it. This is you cashing in.
Because they shoot exactly the same.
It's exactly the same shit, guys. So please don't fall for it. Like, if you want to buy this because you just think it's cool, fucking get it. If you're buying it because you think it's going to transform your shit or anything like that, stop. Like, you gotta do better than that.
That and a lot of facts that you talk about on this and info on it is on Sig's website that some of those reviews got flat out wrong.
So I hope you guys are doing well at home. I hope you're staying positive with your day. A little bit of a probably pissy review from us today, but we like to think that you come here knowing that you will get a fair shot. And whether you like us or dislike us, agree or disagree, doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, we're gonna give you our honest 2 cents. Doesn't matter if we got free product, doesn't matter if we got paid, doesn't matter what the circumstances are, we're gonna give you a fair shake regardless.
Yep.
And that will piss off some manufacturers, but this is not a show for manufacturers. It's a show for you, the consumer, to know that you're getting a fair shot. So with that said, take care, good night.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. So yeah, take care, guys. Appreciate your time.
You sure it wasn't you that shit in his bed?
I mean, I've shit places before. I've shit in beds probably when I was a kid.
I'm gonna say, when we get to the negatives, I'm gonna say I'm about to take an Amber Heard on this gun.